Hey, howdy do out there everyone, my name is Michael and welcome to the Duke Corner, where I do the doodles for practice and fun. Today I have a collective 10 hours of content compressed into about 6 minutes, so I apologize if it's a little jumpy. I tried to compensate here and there, but there's only so much I could do. I was tasked with creating a thumbnail card for my teacher's Graphic Design 3 class to go on the school's webpage. I had full creative rights and just an idea in mind, so I sorta just went for it. The first thing you saw was me fiddling really quick with logo ideas for the graphic design program. The school has a really bad graphic design logo already, but I wanted to make a new one that's better, obviously, and stick it up there instead. My whole plan with this was basically based on the moniker Pinnacle of Design, being that this is the final design class you take before graduating. I also wanted to take into account the independence that most of us work with. A lot of the students work from home in their own little office, taking freelance work and independent stuff where they can. My teacher even has a little shed that she likes to grade in. So, a home office feel was what I was sort of going for. Being all that, I set to make a green room, the color most associated with the design program at the school, and started on the literal interpretation of Pinnacle of Design, a path leading up a mountain to the peak of learning, each peak behind it likely metaphorically being a height of design skill along the road, which is a little corny, but metaphors work really well in graphic design, and even if you don't get it, it's still pretty. The work I did was in two different parts, the window and the office. I based both on different scenes from Hilda, which you'll see as my reference for colors and style in the pasteboard. I've been wanting to do something for Hilda for a while now, and maybe I will after this. I was even going to go further and add the line art after all of the actual drawing, which would have made it look a lot more like Hilda, but would have also caused it to take even longer. This is what's called a quickie project in class, which means it's given on a Wednesday and due by a Sunday. And considering that I only had 3 days to do it for myself and did half of it over a vacation, I really didn't have a whole lot more time I could put in. Which is unfortunate, but I think it came out just fine on its own, without the extra stylization. Moving away from the scene outside, I started with the floor, adding some perspective by using different angles of the floorboard and shadow underneath the table. I also found some really nice ways to add depth using the shadow. I was able to add little lumps and cuts into the shadow, which gave everything under it the third dimension that it was missing. This is most notable with the trim on the floor and the rug. Right now is a really good example of the way that I was making objects. I was creating maps of them with just a flat shape, then adding colors and shades to differentiate the different parts of the shape, and then adding gradients over top for depth. With rim lighting and shadow, of course, where needed. Anyways, from here it's just me jumping around and filling up the office space, frantically throwing in my ideas before I forgot them, which, despite all that, I found this piece rather relaxing to make. I thoroughly enjoyed zoning in on it, although I probably got way more into the creation than I really should have, considering how small of a project it really was. Looking at it finally come together, I think it was well worth the extra efforts. If not for the teacher, then for myself, and definitely for all of you watching. This is another of those projects that I had to compete with the other students for the final pick of. It's sad because I did a group project before this one, and it actually won. But I couldn't record that one because it was a group project. And that not only would have made for a very awkward situation of recording, but also there was just other people talking all the time. This one I'm not so sure about winning. I got a 90 on it, which is good, but it was marked down because apparently the text was hard to read. I don't know about that, but maybe the light shine that covers the text obscures it in a way I'm not seeing. But besides that, it looks like I've hit the wall on time. I hope you all enjoyed this piece. I really did. And it was very nice to talk through the process again for once. I've been pressed for time, and I still am. That's why I haven't been talking very much in videos. I've been trying to do a lot of short stuff just to keep up. But I'm trying to up my game, so to say. If you did enjoy, I do ask that you do all the likes and subscribble stuff. It'll help out the channel a ton. Check out all my medias. I think I'm on every big platform now, and I'll be posting updates about content and content that doesn't make it into videos. Thank you all very much for watching to the end, and until next time, farewell.